All right, guys, I wanted to do this video. I've been getting a lot of questions about the new Dudleys that are out. Now, let me first start off by saying probably the best Dudley bats, and I'm talking about the Party Time, not the Doom. I haven't done those yet, but the Party Time and the Bobby Nifong, the new ones that are out. I'll show them to you here in a minute, but they are the best Dudley bats that have been put out since the 2.0s. That's the performance that we're getting on them. But that right there, I just answered a text from somebody, and I get these questions every day because we hit them. Now we started hitting them about a week and a half ago. What I did was, because they were called a 1 ounce in load, what I usually do is I go down in weight. Like if I usually swing a 1/2 ounce in load, I'll stay with a 27. But if it's a 1 ounce in load, I'll go down to a 26 because it should swing like a sledge when they're talking about the Bobby Nifong. And then they're talking about the Party Time being a 1/2 ounce in load. So a 1/2 ounce in load. So what I did with that is they only had at the time a 25.5. So I got that in. The one thing that, and these are them right here. The one thing I will tell you is when I was terribly disappointed in the balance points were in these bats. This is the 26 ounce. There was supposed to be a 1 ounce in load on the Nifong. You can see it's a 16.4 and a 9.1, guys. 16.4 and a 9.1. That's not a 1 ounce in load. That's probably really close to being less than a 1/2 ounce in load. So this is weighted light. So go up in weight, guys. I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Just go up in weight. This is not weighted like a full ounce in load, okay? So whatever they tell you and whatever the website says, it's not true, okay? Now maybe next couple of batches they will change it, but I'll keep using them because I really do like the bat, so I'm gonna keep them around for a while. This is the Party Time. This one is a 20, wow, you guys gonna make me look this up. This is a 25.5, total weight's 24.9, a 16.5 on the end, and an 8.2 on the hands. So this is probably more like more than a 1/2 ounce going into the 3/4 ounce on the load on this because of the hand weight. Now this is supposed to be swing heavier than this one, and this one actually swings heavier than the Nifong. Now they went light in the hand. So when I got them, I was disappointed in the 16.5, and I was disappointed in the 16.4 on those end weights, right? Because the way I load things, the way I go with my weight distribution is, it's gonna take a hell of a barrel to get any performance because the end weights are just so low in order to compress the wall. I was surprised with the performance that we got with these bats because they did not have that big mass on the end. So I immediately started thinking at the time, and you can hear me on behind the scenes videos that are not out yet, on the behind the scenes videos that are not out yet, you can hear me saying, just imagine if I went up in weight, what kind of performance I can put on this high performance barrel, right? What kind of distance we're gonna get, the ball stays in the air. With these bats, and these are the lighter bats, the ball stays in the air longer. I don't think we've ever had a bat since the OG and the 2.0 that we had a bat with a ball that was batted with a bat that the ball stayed up in the air with that light of an end load. You guys understand? If you know my channel, you know what I'm talking about. The new guys are gonna be going, what did he just say? So I'm excited to go up in weight. Well, the problem with the bat, and it's not really with the bat, the problem with me is I did not supervise my guys swinging it. And you will see later on behind the scenes, because remember guys, I don't put the behind the scenes out till like a month after I do the review. Well, behind the scenes, when I'm cutting video up out of behind the scenes, I noticed they were swinging these two bats more than all the other bats that I wanted to get the review out on, because these are like, they were behind the line, right? So what would happen is I would tell them, okay, this is the review's coming out next, and this is what I want. Well, what they were doing was they would take 10 swings with the bat that I wanted to do the review on that was coming up next, and then they would grab these and take 20 to 30 swings on them. And actually what they were doing, because they loved the bat so much and they were getting great performance on it, and it's like kids in a candy store. And when I wasn't looking, or when I was talking, you can see them in the video, they were picking up one of these or the other one, and they were swinging it because they liked the way it performed. Well, what they did was, because the barrels were so hot, they cracked them. And I was like, no way, no way. But I went back and looked at the video. On one of them, we got about 425. On the other one, we got 400. Well, and this is just what I say is, if I can get on a bat that performs like this one, if I can get that, 400, 350 swings, I am totally happy with swinging this bat. I'll just have one would be my gamer, then I'd stick the other one in my bag just in case I crack the other one. So it's basically got a shark tooth in it is what happened. Didn't lose performance because they turned it around and started hitting it on the other side. But, and this is the lighter one. So then they stopped using that one and they started using the other one, and again, a few swings into it, they got a big shark tooth in this one too. Totally my fault. So what I did was I moved up in weight. I went out and got me 2 more, and I'm gonna be more, I'm gonna actually be more of a dick with these bats, these new ones that I got, right? These are them right here. They just came in today. And I'm really excited about these bats, and I'll tell you a reason why here in a minute. And a lot of you guys have been asking me, Dave, what's the deal with the Dudleys? I just figured I'd do a video and talk about the deal. I let the other ones get out of hand, and I'm not blaming, listen guys, I'm not blaming Dudley for those bats cracking early. I'm blaming me, because the way I do shit is I don't let my guys take more than 12 swings, especially with a hot bat, 10 to 12 swings and then put it away. What they were doing is they would do that, and then the next guy would come right, they wouldn't let the barrel rest, cool down is what we call it. And we have hotter temperatures here now in San Antonio. And I didn't give them, they want to just hit it, right? So I wasn't watching to see what they were doing. So one guy would hit it, he'd put 10 on it, 15 on it, and then he'd put the ground. Well, the next guy would come up, about less than 5-10 minutes away, 10 minutes after he hit, and then he would grab that same bat and hit it 10, 15 times. So it was just like one on top of the other. And what I think they did was I think they tore the barrel on this bat. Now, if this bat wasn't as high performance, and this is just my opinion, what happens, you've got to baby these bats that have this high performance, this good carbon, the way they built this barrel, you've got to baby this bat. You just can't pick it up. It's not one of those ones where you can just beat the shit out of it, and within 500 swings, it starts to open up. These open up very fast, and usually what happens is they call them gamer series. You just hit a few with it, get your timing down a little bit, stick in your bag and use it as a game. That's what I think these are going to turn into. Well, what I did here recently, I went up in size. Now look at these numbers. These are more numbers that I love and I'm used to swinging. Let me talk about the Nifong, and I'll kind of show you something here. The Nifong is supposed to be the big 1 ounce, 12 inch. And from what I heard, they're both 12 inch barrels. I didn't know that. I actually thought the Party Time was a little bit longer barrel than this one here. This is the Bobby Nifong. It's a 27 ounce, 26.5 being the end number. Look at that end weight, 16.9 with a 9.2. Now that right there, okay, for once that's really not a 1 ounce end load. This number would have to be in the 8s, 8.2, 8.3. for it to be a 1 ounce end load. You know, that number, especially with a 27 ounce. That number right there, you know, it's the hand weight. Like I've said this in the past, guys, you guys want that 1 ounce end load. It's the hand weight you have to change, not just stack weight on the end to make it that. But it's not, it's actually I would even throw it, because of the 9 being so low, more like in between a 1/2 ounce and a 3/4 ounce, this would be. But not on the lighter one. Lighter one's more like a 1/2 ounce end load. But on you guys like swinging those light bats, you're gonna get tremendous performance on the Dudleys, the Bobby Nifong, and the Party Time on the 12-inch barrel bats, if you like that light, because you're gonna get great performance on a barrel. Usually what happens you gotta go up in weight. A lot of people have to go up in weight because they want that big mass on the end. It helps the barrel perform better for you because you get that collapse. That's not like, the Dudleys are not like that, guys. You can actually go lower in weight, get great performance on those barrels, on those bats. On the Party Time only, it's another thing too, I need to keep saying that, on the Bobby Nifong and the new Party Time only. Now this is the Party Time. Now remember, this is supposed to be a 1/2 ounce end load. This is a 26.5. They come in 1/2 ounce loads. That's the only thing, but if you look at the website, they say 1/2 ounce 0.5 end load. This is a 26.5, right? I went up an ounce. It's 26 total, 17.1 on the end, and 8.7 on the hands. Now it feels heavier when you're swinging it than the Nifong. So that's what I'm talking about when they're talking about this. It's supposed to be 1/2 ounce. Nifong is supposed to be a full 1 ounce. We just got these in today. Now what I'm gonna do before you guys go out and start buying these things, because I think they sold out. The next run is supposed to be in August from what I hear. We're gonna start hitting them, but the way we're gonna hit them too is I'm not gonna let Trey, the square ball hitter guys, hit them. I'm gonna let mostly the cutters. I'm not gonna let John do it. It's gonna be more of the older guys, you know, not the guys with the 90, you know. Believe it or not, Bubba might swing it because Bubba is a cutter and Bubba cuts a lot of things. Bubba doesn't crack as many bats as Trey does, believe it or not. Bubba has a lot more bat speed than Trey does, but he's a cutter, so he doesn't crack as many bats as Trey does, because Trey just flat out just hits the ball square. And matter of fact, these that are right here, Charlie Mueller did one of them, and Trey Roberts did the other one. Charlie Mueller's a cutter, but he can square the ball up pretty good too. So we're gonna start hitting them tomorrow, and I'll let you guys know, not at the end of this video, but I'll let you guys know in the next week, because we're all running in on Thursday already. But what I wanted to do is tell you guys about the weight distribution in the bat, the way it feels. Everything looks good for the new Dudleys that are coming out. I wanted to tell everybody, the only thing I was waiting for is the next, you know, I went up in weight, even though I did crack those other two. Those other two, even though they were lighter, they performed great for them not having that big mass on the end, which tells me it has a great barrel, great flex in the handle. So I just wanted to get my weights, and I always do this whenever I'm looking at weights, like, hey, I'm always thinking if I had maybe a 1/2 ounce more, I can get another 15 feet, you know, which is the difference, guys, between number 1 and number 2, and number 1 and number 8, you know what I'm saying? It can move up that little, you know, 10, 10, and 10 that I have on my website now. You know, hard, soft. You guys are gonna ask me too, is that a soft barrel? No, it's not a soft barrel. And I was told that somebody compression tested one at 150. Now, the way it feels right now, I don't see that. But do I have to get it? Do I have to get more weight on the end, you know, to compress that wall to make it more softer? So that's another thing too that I still need to look at. You know, can I get that barrel any softer? Because remember, I have 3 categories now. I've got hard, and then I've got soft, and I've got medium right now. So I have to get up in weight, see if I can soften this barrel up, which I hope it does, because I like the way the O 2.0s swung up to a point, you know, and the way the OG swung up to a point. And I know a lot of you older guys like me have diminishing bat speed. And I know you guys would love this bat, but wait till I get there. Wait till I do this final review. I'm just letting you guys know in this video what's going on with the Dudleys. So just stay tuned, guys. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I got a couple more here that I want you to take a look at. And if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button right down here below. And I also have a membership channel. It's that little join button that you have right down here. Click on it, and it actually has a small video in there that explains everything in the membership. Plus, it actually helps support what we do. Thanks, guys.